Usually we think about getting out in nature to escape technology. However, it can be a useful tool. We learn more in this week's Next to Nature.
All right, welcome back to Next to Nature, everybody. Dr. John Long joining us again this week, and we're talking about technology in the outdoors. It's a great thing.
No, it's awesome. It is on. I think it just keeps getting better every time I go and find out about this technology. One of which that we're talking about today is an app that can identify birds and their different calls through their calls, and it is amazing.
I was going to say, this is pretty unique because, I mean, there are so many times you'll walk out into your backyard, or maybe you're on a walk at the park or whatever, and you hear a bird, but you don't know exactly what it is.
You go outside, you hear the noises, and you can say, like you said, there's a bird, but what kind is it? Or you can see a visual of a bird, and you still may not know what it is. And this app that is available is called Merlin. And the reason I found out about it was I was talking to a bird watcher, and she told me about it, and ever since then I've used it. It's just fascinating. I mean, it's real easy. You just turn it on, it's free, record, and it'll actually tell you what bird is calling at that time, and it could be 4 or 5 birds at one time, and then as that bird calls out, it'll tell you which one it is, so you familiarize yourself with the sound.
That is fascinating.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And
really
it will also take pictures, right?
You can, if you take a picture of a bird, you can import it into Merlin, and it will identify that bird. So, yeah, it's really, it kind of exposes you to a different aspect of nature, because you can walk in the woods and you can learn. It's so educational to learn what those sounds are. And you can just say, oh, well, I know that's a blue jay or a cardinal or whatever. And it's a great way to get outside and learn more about nature.
No doubt about it. And one of the things we also talked about before this segment was just the fact there are a ton of possibilities that you could be listening to. Kind of talk about birds in our area and what people might see whenever they open up this app.
I think that what's fascinating, and it kind of goes back to what we were talking about, is the fact that you hear the sounds and you don't even realize we have that bird in the area. Like, I've never heard of that bird being in our area. And one of the things about that is we have such the climate that birds like. They can be, have a lot of insects to eat. They don't have to worry about cold weather, for the most part. So it's a perfect habitat for them to live in. So that's why we have a lot of different species that you can observe and see and hear. So
pretty fascinating. Also, I want to know, what is probably the most unique, or maybe something that really stood out to you whenever you were using this app as far as finding a bird in our area?
Right. I think, which is common, and a lot of people know the call, but it's a whippoorwill. And I've seen very few of them, and I really don't want to know what they look like because it adds to the mystery behind it. But anyway, I think that I have seen the background of one, which was really kind of neat to see that. But so I would say that as far as songbirds or things like that, that's my favorite. Of course, I love the wild turkey the most. So
yes, yeah. You're a big turkey man.
I love the turkeys. So.
And there's been some songs about whippoorwills.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So
all right. Well, look, hey, take your phone out into the outdoors. Learn more about birds and other species. There's even apps for plants and insects.
Right. That's exactly
so right. It's not always a bad thing to have technology outdoors.
It's great.
All right, thanks so much for joining us, everybody, on this week's Next to Nature. We'll see you again next week.